On the night Lily White was born, a fierce storm tore through the sky, shaking the earth with its wild rage. Lightning shattered the darkness above, and thunder roared like the sky itself was warning of something terrible. In the midst of chaos, a newborn child's crimson eyes opened for the very first time, reflecting the storm's ferocity. Her mother, pale and trembling, saw her as an omen rather than a baby, her fear overwhelming her reason. Overcome with terror, her mother fled from the cradle and leapt to her death, abandoning her in silent darkness. Lily remained untouched by her mother's embrace, left alone in a world that seemed cursed from the very beginning. Fortunately, a mysterious handler, a woman sworn to keep Lily's secret, found her and took her into care. The handler raised Lily as her own, shielding her from the world's harsh judgments and strange tragedies. For 8 fragile years, Lily experienced a tender kind of love, hesitant but sincere, in her new home. But one night that fragile peace was shattered when the handler was torn away by cruel circumstances. Lily was told her guardian died in a car wreck, but deep down she felt the truth lurking in shadows. The darker truth was that her handler had been kidnapped as part of a sinister plot to discover her secrets. She was sent to an orphanage cloaked in piety, run by nuns whose prayers masked ancient cursed oaths. This orphanage was not a refuge for ordinary children. It was a place filled with secrets and whispered fears. Over the years, Lily drifted through various homes, each marked by strange, unexplained tragedies and misfortune. Each new family faced sudden blazes, sicknesses, and accidents that seemed to follow her like a dark curse. Whispers in shadowed corridors spoke of her in hushed tones, recognizing her as different, as dangerous. The elders understood her blood was not human. It was something ancient, powerful, and uncontrollable. They knew within her veins flowed a force capable of saving the world or destroying it utterly. The knock came at dawn. "Lily, wake up," said Sister Mary Margaret, her voice steady yet tinged with something unspoken. "It's your 18th birthday. Time to rise, time to prepare for your party and for your new life alone." Lily opened the door to find the nun standing solemnly, a small box in her hands. Inside lay a locket, cold and gleaming in the morning light. "This is for you," Mary said, fastening it gently around Lily's neck. "It will protect you beyond these walls. Never take it off." Lily looked down at the silver charm, unaware of the weight it carried. To her it was just a gift. To Mary Margaret it was a shield, the last barrier between Lily and forces waiting for her beyond the gates. For years Lily had dreamed of freedom, of leaving behind the orphanage, the stairs, the whispers. She longed for a normal life, friends, laughter, love untouched by shadows, but she had no way of knowing the truth. Every family that had taken her in, every tragedy that had struck, had not been coincidence. They had all been part of something older than Lily could imagine, an ancient order sworn to guard what she truly was. She was no ordinary girl. She was the vessel of a weapon, older and more powerful than any known. And those who had fostered her, along with the nuns who raised her, were not merely caretakers. They were protectors, standing between her and the world. But Lily, with all her scars and secret hopes, still believed she could escape it. She still believed she might live as a girl, untouched by fate, if only tragedy would stop following her. As the locket rested against her heart, the storm of her future stirred in silence. The sound of laughter fades as the candles on the cake flicker out. Lily's birthday party has ended, and the orphanage dining hall grows quiet. Mary Margaret's gentle hand rests on Lily's shoulder. 18 years, she says softly. "You're ready now. Your new life begins tonight." Outside, a waiting car hums. As the city lights blur by, Mary Margaret leans closer. "Your apartment is yours. Everything is paid for until you find your footing. But remember, that locket shields you in ways you don't yet understand. Never part with it." The car stops. A modest apartment building looms ahead, its windows glowing against the dark sky. Lily carries her small bag inside, the echo of her footsteps filling the narrow hallway. Alone now, she explores each corner, a couch, a kitchen, a small bedroom. Home. For the first time, it's hers. She exhales, a mix of relief and uncertainty washing over her. Later, steam rises as water fills the tub. She slips the locket's chain through her fingers, remembering Mary Margaret's words. Her brow furrows. "I don't want to ruin it," she whispers. Carefully, she sets it on the counter. The water embraces her, warm and calming. For a moment, the world is silent. Then, crash. The sharp sound of breaking glass shatters the stillness from the next room. Her eyes snap open. The bathwater ripples. The night was heavy, the air thick with silence. Mary Margaret awoke with a jolt, her body stiff, her voice tearing out of her throat before she even understood why. Ambrosia, Mika, get up, something is wrong. Her words cracked the silence. The other sisters stirred, but before questions could form, a scream cut through the walls. A scream that shattered bone and marrow. It was Lily. The nuns had taken rooms in a hotel across the street, a precaution. Within moments they were armed, holy blades, iron crosses, relics hidden in satchels. Their habits trailed behind them as they rushed into the night. Another scream rang out, closer, more piercing. The sound of glass, the sound of something tearing. They turned the corner and the world shifted. Inside Lily's apartment, the air stank of iron. The bathroom door creaked open beneath Mary Margaret's trembling hand. And there she was. Lily sat curled in the bathtub, her pale skin streaked with crimson, rocking back and forth like a child lost to nightmare. Blood and viscera painted the tiles around her. Fragments of something unrecognizable splattered in arcs across the walls. Her eyes were wide, unblinking. Her lips moved, but only a broken whisper escaped. The sisters froze, their weapons useless against what they saw. For the first time, the guardians of the ancient order did not face monsters in the dark. They faced a prophecy beginning to wake, and Lily White sat in the ruins of her innocence, trembling in silence. The alley was narrow, choking with fog, cobblestones slick with rain. A figure in a top hat tore through the darkness, his coat snapping like a banner behind him. He did not stop, did not look back, for the horrors he had just witnessed pressed him forward with inhuman urgency. Moments later, he was in the great hall of the castle. The torches flared as the heavy doors slammed shut behind him. He dropped to one knee before the throne. "My lord, but we are too late. The transformation has begun." His words cracked with dread. "Had I entered that room, I would not be here to tell you of what I saw, or better yet, what I could not comprehend." Dorian and Celine entered before me, and with only a glance from the girl, they liquefied. Flesh, bone, centuries of power, gone in an instant. He raised his trembling gaze. And the worst of it, she did not even seem to know. It just happened. The vampire lord leaned forward from the shadows of his throne, his voice a cold command. "Summon them," the servant's voice faltered. "My lord, you mean—" "The wolf lord, the demon lord. Our kind has bled each other for centuries, but that time is over. If we do not unite, none of us will survive what she is becoming." The chamber darkened as if the stone itself recoiled from his words. And beyond the castle walls, the night trembled, knowing that ancient enemies would soon sit at the same table, drawn together by a single girl who had no idea what she carried within. The light of dawn crept through the half-drawn curtains, falling across Lily's face. Her eyes fluttered open, the warmth of the sun almost painful after what felt like an eternity of darkness. As her vision focused, she saw familiar walls, delicate lace curtains, and the faint scent of lavender and holy incense. The room felt safe, but different. A soft voice broke through the haze. "Glad you could join us, dear. You had us worried." "Everyone's been checking on you." Lily tried to sit up, confusion swirling. "What day is it?" "Monday." "Monday? I've been asleep for 2 days?" There was a pause. "No, child. You've been asleep for over a week." Her heart raced. "A week? What happened?" "I just remember hearing glass break." "Was I attacked?" A deep sigh filled the room before a gentle hand took hers. "There is much to discuss. Now that we know without a doubt, you are the one." "The one?"
Yes, the one.
"We are a secret order, sworn for generations to protect the chosen child. We take in those who meet certain signs so that if they are the one, they are safe when the time comes. It has gone on since the beginning of time." Her voice trembled. "And my mother, what really happened to her?" "Your real mother took her life at birth. She didn't understand the blessing you are." Tears welled in Lily's eyes. "Then who cared for me after?" "Maria. She was tasked with protecting you. Her power was the strongest. It could cloak you from those who sought your blood. But even immortality has its limits. Over time, our strength fades. Maria could no longer cloak you both." The tone grew darker. "The vampires took her, hoping she would lead them to you." Silence filled the room as the truth settled in. Lily stared at her trembling hands, the locket still around her neck, its faint glow pulsing softly beneath her fingers. "Now that they know who you are, the true war begins." The dungeon walls trembled with a low, unnatural hum. Moonlight filtered through cracks in the stone, glinting off chains blackened with age. Maria's eyes shot open. A sharp gasp tore from her throat as a burning pain ripped through her chest, an invisible thread tugging at her soul. "Lily," she whispered. The bond had broken. Her vision clouded, and memories rushed over her like a storm tide. The night she had taken the infant from the hospital, the sacred vow she had made to protect her. She remembered slipping through darkened hallways, the storm raging outside, thunder echoing with each beat of her heart. In her arms, the child had slept peacefully, wrapped in linen white as frost. When she reached her safe house, she held the baby up to the firelight and smiled through tears. "My lord, look at that lily-white skin. And your eyes, they glow red at times, sweet one. I'll call you Lily. Lily White." Years of quiet peace followed. The laughter of a child, the scent of rain through cracked windows, the warmth of mornings shared in song. But power fades, and immortality, though long, has its end. Maria remembered the day her strength began to wane. Her mind blurred, her vision flickered, and she knew the veil she had cast over them both could not last. "It's time," she whispered to herself. She forged the locket that would protect Lily once she could not, pouring what remained of her light into it, sealing the spell with her blood. Before leaving, she found Mary Margaret and told her the truth. "My power weakens. Watch over her. If I fall, she must survive." That night, as she journeyed to the school, she felt Lily's scent in the air, pure and radiant, impossible to hide. But others felt it too. The shadows moved. Red eyes glimmered in the fog. Maria fought, but they came in waves. Claws, fangs, whispers in the dark. Her power blazed once more, one last defiance against the night. But in the end, the darkness won. Back in the present, Maria lifted her gaze from the dungeon floor. Through the haze of pain, she felt Lily's terror ripple through her again. The night the glass shattered, the scream, the blood. Her voice cracked, trembling but resolute. "They've found her." She closed her eyes, tears mingling with the dust of her cell. "Forgive me, my child. The time has come." Lily runs a hand through her hair, memories flashing, the sound of glass shattering, the cold hands pulling her down, the blood. What happened? Why did you let me leave the orphanage if you knew something like this could happen? Mary Margaret takes a deep breath, sitting beside her. "Had I told you the truth, you would not have believed me. The locket was meant to protect you, Lily, as long as you never removed it." "Protect me from what?" "From the creatures that rule the night," she whispers. "The world knows nothing of their kind, vampires, demons, and worse. Our order was formed to shield humanity and to protect you." Lily frowns. "Me? I don't understand." Mary Margaret stands and walks to the window. Her reflection glows faintly in the morning light. "Our order is as old as the earth itself. We were born from the ashes of the first great cleansing, when the world almost ended." She turns, eyes full of reverence. "You are the guardian of this world, child. Your true name is Nyxara, the Umbralis. You are reborn whenever the balance of life begins to crumble. Sometimes the world's corruption is so deep, so vile, that you have wiped out entire civilizations to save the earth." The room falls silent. "That's impossible," Lily whispers, her voice trembling. "I never thought I would live to see your return," Mary Margaret continues. "Our lives are extended only to serve you, but in the end we are mortals, dust in the shadow of your light." Lily shakes her head, backing away. "No, you're talking about someone else. I'm just—" Her breath catches. The locket on the table begins to hum faintly, pulsing with light. Her veins glow faintly beneath her skin. "Mary Margaret, what's happening to me?" The nun steps forward, tears welling. "The world is shifting again, my child. And you are awakening." Lily's eyes roll back as the room tilts. The world fades into a blur of gold and shadow. A distant castle shrouded in fog. The man with the top hat kneels before 3 towering thrones. The lords of the vampire, wolf, and demon houses sit in silence as he speaks. "My lords," he says, bowing deeply, "it has begun. The guardian has awakened. The girl called Lily, she is Nyxara reborn." The vampire lord's fangs glint in the candlelight. "Then it is time," he says darkly. "Summon them all. The convergence must begin." Back in the orphanage, Mary Margaret kneels beside the unconscious Lily, clutching the glowing locket. "Rest now, my child," she whispers. "When you wake again, the world will never be the same." Outside, the land burns red beneath a sky heavy with ash. Hordes of monsters march toward the towering gates, their growls echoing through the night. Inside, the monster lords gather in the grand hall. The Count speaks first. She could be here to destroy man before they destroy everything again. The Wolf Lord snarls, "Or is it you demons always plotting to take over the world?" "Shut up, mutt!" the Demon Lord snaps. A man steps forward from the shadows. "Bring the girl known as Maria. Let's see what she knows about the one's weaknesses." Chains rattle as guards drag Maria into the hall. Her eyes are tired but defiant. The Count leans forward. "So mortal, I feel Nyxara reawakening. It's a feeling of loss I will never forget, and vengeance would be sweeter. She took everything from me." The hall erupts with growls and whispers of vengeance. The man steps closer. "So what is her weakness?" Maria's lips curl into a smile. She begins to laugh, soft at first, then uncontrollably. "You're too late. Lily awakened slowly, her vision blurred, her body heavy as though she had slept for centuries. Voices murmur beyond her room, some familiar, others strange. The scent of candle wax and incense fills the air. She sits up, looking around in confusion as people bustle through the halls, priests, nuns, monks, and a few she doesn't recognize. What's going on, Sister Margaret? Who are all these people? Mary Margaret, calm but visibly burdened, turns to her. Many have come to help you on your journey, child, and many have come just to see you. We all want to witness the rebirth of Nyxara, but we also know what that could mean. Certain destruction. Lily blinks, trying to make sense of the words. She rises from her bed, wandering down the corridors. The orphanage feels different now, like every wall and shadow is alive, watching. So, you all are tasked with protecting me from evil? Mary Margaret smiles faintly, the kind of smile born of hard truth. More so, we are tasked with helping you see the good in things. Once you lose yourself and transform into Nyxara completely, you thirst only for blood and fear until the scourge upon this world is gone. The words hang heavy in the still air. Lily stops, staring at the rows of candles flickering against the stained glass. Her reflection wavers in the light. What has awakened me this time? Mary Margaret's gaze darkens. We do not know, but whatever it is, the world trembles once again. Lily wandered along the winding garden paths of the orphanage, her footsteps light and tentative. Mary Margaret, her steadfast guide, kept close, her eyes scanning the bustling activity around them. Priests, nuns, and warriors from distant lands trained tirelessly nearby, each pursuit a step toward an unknown future. You will be taught by 4 masters, Mary Margaret said softly, her voice filled with promise. 1 for spirit, she explained, 1 for mind, 1 for soul, and 1 for strength. As they walked, a tall figure approached, his presence commanding and warm. His eyes, dark and intense, locked onto Lily's, sparking an inexplicable jolt within her chest. She suddenly stumbled on her words, feeling the heat rise to her cheeks. Oh, goodbye. I mean, don't ever leave. No, hello, I gotta go, bye, she blurted hurriedly. A bright flash of light flickered around her and she bolted away, cheeks burning with embarrassment. Mary Margaret chuckled softly, her laughter carrying a gentle amusement as she followed at a distance. The teasing tone in her voice was evident when she said, "The most powerful being in existence, unable to speak to a boy." Lily groaned, voice muffled and shy, hiding her blush behind her hands. "Did you see his eyes? He thinks I'm an idiot." "I want to die," she muttered, frustration thick in her voice. Meanwhile, inside the cold stone walls of a distant chamber, another conversation darkened the air. Maria knelt before the vampire lords, her face weary yet fearless, her resolve unshaken. "You fools," she hissed. "There is no stopping her. She is Mother Earth's reset switch. If you want hope, find what awakened her, and end it. Perhaps then she'll spare you." The Count snarled, his voice sharp with caution. "That is not a risk we will take." Above Earth, a silent starship glides through the dark, its hull glowing like a sleeping titan. Inside, the captain studies a drifting hologram of the blue planet ahead. An officer asks when they will arrive. The captain answers softly, "Within 1 Earth week." Another officer hesitates. "Sir, this world seems peaceful." "Why intervene?" The captain lowers his voice. "Orders came from far above our ranking. We are instructed to secure the one they call the Umbralis, and ensure this world cannot interfere again." The room falls into uneasy silence. "What if she resists?" someone whispers. "She won't," the captain replies. "We carry the essence binder. It will contain her energy long enough to relocate her elsewhere." Far below, Lily lies awake at the orphanage, moonlight brushing her silver hair. She stares at the stars, the locket warm against her skin, like it's warning her of something. Her thoughts drift to the boy with the kind eyes, and she blushes, clutching her pillow close. Above her, unseen, the stars tremble. Something is coming.